Well, hello internets, here we are. We got ourselves another video in the voiceover vlog series. I've had myself a little bit of a setback. I have got myself run down. I have been helping look after my mum, given my auntie breaks for her to leave to have a little bit of a life still. So grateful for my auntie to have been here all this time, to have brought us food, brought me food, have taken my mum to the hospital, to have looked after mum's critters when I couldn't, and to have been there with mum at nights to make sure she was home okay. My mum has made some improvements, which is definitely nice. However, there is a long way left to go. Some things that we have to work on, as well as some things we have to work through. I've been when Mum was discharged from the hospital, I was given a stack of paperwork of guidelines to follow with her, things that she was supposed to be eating, things that she's now not allowed to eat, things that we need to start doing. One of the things was, of course, getting blood work. So I booked blood work, which was the easy part. The second part is getting a doctor's appointment to review said blood work. Now, normally it would be something as simple as calling down and booking an appointment with our doctor that we have gone to for the last, whatever it's been, 4 or 5 years. However, I have no idea what's happened in the last month or so, but our doctor has basically given up practicing medicine over here, this side of the country. Now, normally when there's a doctor change like that, or at least in the past, there's been another doctor that has stepped up and took on those doctors' patients, even if it's spread out along other doctors in the same building, and each doctor takes a certain alphabetic number of patients. However, this time us patients were just left hanging. No doctor, no one filling in, no one wanted to take us, anything like that. So I started the search every day, phoning around the clinics, phoning around, trying to get in, trying to get my mum in. I know I probably should get in too, but my mum's the one that's my main focus. She's the one that is important. I took her out to blood work, got those blood work done, and I have no idea what happened, but somehow the blood work paperwork was wrong. So the blood work nurse receptionist woman got all cranky because apparently I'm wasting their time by being there with the wrong paperwork that the nurse gave me, even though I'm not medical trained and even though I have no idea how to read it. But apparently it was wrong, and apparently it was my fault. So I had to get on the phone and call the hospital and track down the correct paperwork. Mom was still waiting in the blood work waiting room, and I am so glad for cell phones because, failing that, I would have had to have drove across town and went through the screening process again, and my luck, I would have been sedated and thrown in a bed and injected with a bunch of experimental chemicals, all that good stuff, right? We got the blood work done and sent away to Mom's file, and still calling for appointments, but I got a call back the other day and finally got in for a one-shot deal with a doctor that will be able to read and translate the blood work, and I am hoping that the blood work shows good signs that Mom is on improvement, meaning that she hasn't gotten worse medically, like internal medically wise, since her release. Well, I am still recovering. I have kept going through all of this, sometimes without much rest. Sometimes a person only gets to sleep at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then you're back up for 8:30, 9 o'clock, and whether I woke up because I had a sore chest and couldn't breathe, or I had to wake up because I went over to help out with Mom, give Auntie some time away, and I know I haven't spent a lot of time over at Mom's in the last few days. Just the bare minimum, mainly to do with I just haven't had it, just haven't felt good. Sometimes it's all I can do to make it down the stairs to walk the dog, and then back up the stairs to crash, go back to sleep. My fatigue and chronic pain has been really high. Some of the highest that I've felt in years. I'm not sure if this is because of the fall that I had down the stairs, or if this is going to be the new normal. My dad was on some pretty high painkillers toward the last few years of his life, and I've tried my best to stay away from those painkillers for as long as possible. However, if this doesn't clear up, then unfortunately I'm gonna have to go that way, and then that means a whole different change once again. But I'm gonna do my best to keep on the way I've been going and surviving the way I have been. I've had to shut down and rest on several occasions here. I've slept for almost 23 hours once again, with the exception of walking the dog, taking more cold medication, maybe having a sandwich on a good day, and then laying back down and sleeping again. I am trying my best not to crash. I am trying my best to stay out of the hospital, trying my best to be strong for my mom. However, sometimes even your best efforts doesn't quite work out the way you want it to go. I have still been trying to get myself into a doctor. However, I have no idea what's wrong with our healthcare doctor type system. If all the good doctors have been abducted by aliens, or if we're just that overwhelmed by people with sore fingers and twitchy arms and needing doctor's notes that people with serious medical issues can't just plain can't get in at all in a reasonable amount of time. They're telling people to go to emergency. Well, what I'm feeling in my mind is not needed of urgent care. What I need is basic that should be able to be dealt with by any, well, doctor with any amount of medical training. You know, I'd even take a veterinarian at this point, because in my mind a veterinarian has to diagnose its patient without its patient telling them that there's something going on. Everything is still going, everything is still fine. You know, I've been sleeping a lot. Having Auntie there does my mind good to know that Mum is in good hands, to have someone to look after her when I'm not around. But I record this video as a little bit of a record of how quickly things can change. I was feeling pretty good there for a bit. However, I think I just got myself run down with appointments and blood work for Mum and looking after Mum and stress and things like that. But thanks for listening to this here video, and we'll hopefully catch you guys in the future.